Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA, always on his phone, always working, always grinding. Zack Partridge.
We're doing things, bro.
What's up, dog?
We're doing things.
Dude, to mind you, who's the best? Kai, you're the best. Hey, shout out to Kai.
No.
I got to give him a shout out. He did great commentating this weekend.
I mean,
for the Fusion Fight League, he sounded great.
He did great.
It was great.
Was he me? No. But was he good? He was really good. Kai's good.
Oh, yeah. Dude, UFC 269 did not disappoint. I have to do a shoey, but it's okay. For the record, I have to do the shoey Friday because we have to set things up a little different in here because it's probably going to get a little wet. But Friday, I will be doing. I promise I will be doing the shoey on Friday.
And what Jason doesn't know is I'm going to punch him in the liver while he's drinking from the shoey.
Kai, if you are here on Friday,
yeah, come on down.
Come down to the studio.
Drive from Montana.
Drive from Montana.
You guys can do it together.
We'll
out of some old wrestling shoes.
We'll go to the Steel Fist fights. We'll watch the fights. We'll do a shoey before we go. Boom. Yeah, dog. UFC 269 did not disappoint.
I don't even know where to start.
I mean, should we just start at the bottom and just go up, or do we want to start at the top? We'll jam through some of these early ones. Jillian Robertson and Priscilla Kashera. We kind of knew how that one was going to go. Went exactly what we thought. She just freaking dominated.
Was that the dirtiest thing you've ever seen in a fight?
That was bad. Like, we were just talking about this, and we'll get to the Oliveira glove pull earlier. I feel like a lot of times when there's fouls that are committed, they're not intentional. I think it's just a reaction. You know, it's like somebody grabbing the cage as they're falling back. It's just a natural reaction. There was nothing natural about that. She was trying to literally dig in her eyes. What do you think's going to happen?
Cut her.
She's going to get cut anyways.
She missed weight.
That's not the first time either.
No, missed weight. And then goes for the eye gouge. Her 2 wins over 2 girls that are no longer in the UFC. Cut her.
Yeah, everybody's saying cut her. Yeah, I'm not. That was
here's
not
the other
a good
thing.
Look.
When all the fans are disgusted by it,
all the fighters, all the fans, like that's not
what we represent.
Not exactly.
See, this is not barroom brawls. These are professional athletes.
Yeah.
There should be a level of respect and honor.
100%.
Dana talks about it all the time. They're trying to show the world that they're not a bunch of thugs and hooligans and you know, whatever, and that there's respect in the sport. And when you are trying to gouge out somebody's eye, like a Bond villain, as our boy Hasbulla would say,
she gone. Tony Kelly.
For me and Mason to agree on something, it's bad.
That's pretty. Yeah,
it's bad.
That's big though. Tony Kelly, man, he looks sharp.
So
I mean,
here's the thing. Randy Costa looks phenomenal when he's going against another technical guy, right? He looked really good against Giannis, and I was convinced he was going to win this fight. The problem is he doesn't have
he doesn't have that dog in him like Kelly
did.
He doesn't have that.
I wouldn't even say that. He doesn't have the skill set, 1, and 2, he doesn't have the experience to handle somebody that just marches at him and just makes it ugly, right?
Yeah.
Like we all know, like if you're gonna beat somebody like you know, it's a clean technical striker, what do you got to do? You got to make it ugly, right?
Make it ugly.
And Kelly made it ugly. For him to do what he did against Randy Costa and then call out Adrian Giannis.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. That was, hey.
But you know, he makes it ugly. But Giannis is another level striker.
Yeah.
And I think he makes him pay to try and do that a little bit more than Costa could. It was like Costa could just never get going.
How about him driving to the stadium 20 hours because he didn't want to wear a mask on the plane?
Good for him. That's his right. See, that's the thing. Okay, is it a rule you have to wear a mask? Yes, it is.
Yeah, but
if you don't want to adhere to those rules, you make your own other plans. That's what he did. That is the way things should be. He didn't go on a plane and make a scene. He didn't go on a plane and try and like whatever.
No,
he just said,
I'll drive.
I'm not doing this. I'll drive. Cool.
Look, I just drove 24 hours to go deer hunting back to Michigan, and I know that drains you. Like you're not right for a day or two after doing that.
Well,
And I'm sure he didn't drive straight through, and neither did I. But what I'm saying
he
is,
looked fine to me.
he looked great. So that was impressive. Ryan Hall, Derek Minner. I actually thought that was kind of a pretty good. I didn't really like Minner's game plan. It seemed like he was trying to stay. He was trying to do a little too much grappling.
Like, remember when I texted you? I'm like, he went for a heel hook against Ryan Hall. It's like, hey, bro, there's a 0% chance you're landing that on Ryan Hall. What are you doing?
I think he could have done better had he.
Is it time for Minner to?
I don't know. But where does Ryan Hall go from here?
Well, I don't know.
Because I don't think he's beating the top level guys. I don't think he has enough tools to beat the top level. I think he's going to keep beating the guys like he is beating.
But okay, so Ryan Hall.
What I'm looking up.
He causes a unique problem for guys. Now, if you get other legit black belts, legit black belts, right?
Yeah.
They can negate a lot of what he does, right? And then they can punish him. If you get a legit black belt with any sort of power like Poirier has, like
yeah, but Poirier didn't even need to go to the ground with him.
No, because he knew what he was doing,
and
then he punished him with his power, right? Why don't we? Let's see. Who else
at they're 145?
Who's ranked? Who else is ranked at 145? Give me 10 through 15 right now.
So 145 would be 10. You got Barbosa, 10, probably about Bryce Mitchell. How about Ryan Hall and Bryce Mitchell?
Bryce Mitchell beats the brakes off him.
Yeah, but he's a good jiu-jitsu guy though too.
I know, but he doesn't. He'll use his defense. He'll use it defensively.
Alex Caceres is 15. Shane Burgos, Movsar Evilov. I mean, really, who does he beat? Caceres, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. It was fun watching. Now that I've been doing a little more jiu-jitsu, it was fun watching them roll around. You know, it was good. It was fun. Next up, we had Aaron Blanchfield and Miranda Maverick. We would call that Blanchfield. I mean,
she was just better.
She's just a better fighter
everywhere.
She's going to be a problem. Only 22 years old, and Miranda Maverick is very talented. She's a very good fighter, and she just got
bro. Let's just, when her post fight even says, I know I have a long ways to get to Valentina's level, but I'm on track. Like, dude, her eyes are set on one thing and one thing only. And I dig it.
I love it. 22-year-old girl like that coming on a big stage and beating a girl like Miranda Maverick, the way she
physically imposing. Like Miranda Maverick is a physically imposing
girl. She couldn't do nothing.
And she got ragdolled.
Like held down. Like that was like me in jiu-jitsu class on the bottom. Just, I can't do anything.
With me on top.
I can't do anything.
Bro, and how bad was a Miranda Maverick's corner?
Oh.
Hey, we got to get up. Tell her how.
It's kind of like the person in the crowd. Do something. Get up.
Tell her how.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when she starts working for this, dig that whizzer and like give her something.
It's almost like
he didn't have any answers for her either.
But Teofimo Lopez's corner against George Cambusos.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just F him up and just no direction whatsoever. It's like, dude, you're not helping this kid.
Hey, work behind the jab. Do this, do that.
By the way, if you haven't listened to that Joe Rogan podcast with George Cambusos, that was a great podcast. I like that guy. I'm really impressed with that guy. His mindset, he's laser focused.
I have not listened to it yet.
Good one. Next up, Andre Muniz against your boy. I mean, we thought maybe Eric Anders would be able to do a little bit more, and Muniz is the real deal. He's scary.
He's scary.
He's big.
Because like
long.
So when he did it to Jacare, it was like, okay, because he was playing with somebody who would engage in that game with him, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Anders didn't want to play in that game with him, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Dude,
so I think it's time for Muniz to probably get a number by him, or at least be fighting somebody in the top 15.
I like it. Bruno Silva, Jordan Wright. We both kind of took a stab at Jordan Wright, and he looked good for a second. Then he got sloppy like he usually does, and got caught.
his little taekwondo karate stance, it's so hard. Wonder Boy, I feel like, is the only person in the UFC that's figured it out.
Yeah.
Michael Venom Page is really good with it, obviously, in the Bellator. But there's not a lot of guys that can actually execute that style at a high level. And at 205, it's like you can't leave yourself open.
Does he just need a little more discipline with his striking?
Probably.
Because he's not bad. It's like he kind of just got into that firefight and he just doesn't protect himself, leaves his head a little high.
So, okay, you ready? He's actually an earlier version of Cody Garbrandt.
I like it.
He just doesn't have like the physical gifts.
Yeah.
That Cody, his gifts got him all the way to the top, right?
Yeah.
But he's a little bit reckless in the way he would blitz people and do things, right? And TJ caught him twice.
Yeah.
But he got through all the early stages with it. Jordan Wright's just at 205, all those guys can crack.
Yeah.
135, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
Not all those guys can crack. 205, all those guys can crack.
Sweet. I took an L there. I took an L in the next one. Tai Tuivasa and Augusto Sakai.
Oh, how was that L? How was it?
I'll let you know Friday when I have to drink it out of my shoe.
Out of this stinky Jordan 1.
Then I get a message from Mr. Cody Bunderson says Jordan I have to do it out of his wrestling shoe.
Yeah.
Which wasn't part of the bet.
No, it is now.
But no, wait a minute.
No, it is now.
I agreed that I would do it if Bam Bam responded to my Twitter.
So we have time. Hey, everybody.
No.
Go hit up Tai Tuivasa. Just blast
So it's
him.
on his Instagram.
Blast Tai Tuivasa.
So Cody made a post on Tai Tuivasa's Instagram while he's drinking the Chewy to try to get me to do it out of his wrestling shoe. And I think a couple other people have already commented on it too. So you got till Friday, Bam Bam.
If Bam Bam just likes it, you're
no. We need a comment back.
No, you don't.
Comment back.
No, just acknowledgement.
Nope. Comment back.
Nope. Just
I got it. No,
that's
not fair.
No. Too bad. Okay, was it?
If I'm going to suffer, I really got to suffer.
Was it fair that Cole Faust got to punch me in the liver?
Well, yeah, you lost. But that was in the agreement. I just made this. That wasn't part of the deal. Cody's wrestling shoe was not even on the table. I presented it, but he has to comment. We got till Friday, dog.
Hey, Bam Bam.
How about our boy Dominic Cruz and Pedro Munez?
Okay, so
Cruz looked good.
That was the best Dominic Cruz we've seen in a long
time.
You ready for this?
What?
I think that fight is even more of a case that the Henry Cejudo fight should not have been stopped.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. He's always known for being a durable guy. He fights through it, and he obviously figured out how to recover and then come back and win the fight. Because, I mean, he clearly lost that first round, right? Gets dropped, almost gets finished.
Well, one guy had it 30.
He tidal waved him.
Didn't one judge give it 30-27?
No. It was 29-28 all the way across.
Oh, do you have to wear a Jake Paul shirt? Didn't you lose a bet to Jeff? Did you lose a bet to Jeff?
Yeah, he was supposed to buy it and send it to me.
Oh.
That little...
Waiting on you.
Yeah, just waiting, dog.
Waiting on you,
I lost another bet to my nephew against that Georgia-Alabama game. Now I have to wear a freaking Alabama shirt over the holidays, too.
Oh, that wasn't even close. You can't bet against Saban like that, dude.
I'll never bet on Kirby Smart ever again.
I think Mason
likes
triples.
Shut up.
No, but Cruz looked good. I like it.
You wouldn't know what a knockout was if it slapped you in the face.
Josh Emmett, Dan Ige. I actually picked Josh Emmett. I actually thought Ige won the fight.
Did you?
I
didn't. I thought Emmett did more damage.
It was a tough one. It was a close one.
Or Emmett. He is an anomaly, dude.
He can crack.
I'm 36 years old, and he's just...
What was that stat?
Don't you have to do Emmett and Cater now?
Yeah.
Emmett
what was that stat in the last 7 or 8 fights? Now he's knocked somebody down.
Yeah, every time.
Crazy. That guy can crack. Good thing you didn't have to eat a body shot by him.
Oh, I'd still want to be here, and I'd be peeing blood.
Next up, we got Sean O'Malley and Rulian Pavaya.
Okay.
I
Okay.
told you.
Shut up.
I told you.
Shut up. Okay.
Steve Sharp messaged me, and I'm like, dude, don't do it. Don't
Makes my
put the
head
money on it.
Makes my head.
Is Sean O'Malley ready?
Excuse me.
Is he ready for the next level yet, or do you still think
He has to? No, he has to be. Dude, that's enough. He was brought along slow enough at this point.
Pavaya was good. He's
Pavaya's legit top 15 guy, or should be anyways. Somehow he was in the rankings, and by the time the fight night came around, he was out of it for some reason. I don't know how that works. But he was legit. Pavaya needs,
So O'Malley needs you got to have him put him in a top 15, right?
Yes.
Like a Song Yadong, maybe.
Yes. That's a great matchup. Him and Song Yadong.
Cody Staman's fighting
Nope.
Davish Lili.
Nope. I want him against another striker in the top 15.
Song Yadong. Ooh, what about Cheeto Vera?
Again?
Again.
No, I
You don't
don't.
want to Song Yadong.
Do you really want to see that again?
No.
Cheeto Vera. No, it's Song Yadong. That's the fight.
You want to know who they're going to give him? Probably Marlon Moraes next.
I'll leave Marlon alone.
That's probably who they're not looking at it because he's 10. He was 9. Cruz
Song
bumped up
Yadong.
14.
Yeah, that's the fight.
And they're both young.
Yep.
Song Yadong's young too.
Yep, that's
like
the fight.
There it is. Boom.
Song
Look at us.
Yadong.
Give him Edgar. Oh no, I think he knocks Edgar out.
How dare you?
Stop.
You bet. That's a bad person.
That's a horrible.
Hefe. Hey, you try to get Edgar killed? I just wish Frankie Edgar would hang him up.
I wish he would too.
What did you think about Junior saying, Junior Augustin said that Dom should retire on that W?
I don't hate it because, I know he's top 10 right now.
He's won 2 in a row.
He's won 2. He was 9. He just beat Pedro Munoz. So now he'll bump up. But who do you give him? Like
Sean O'Malley. They're chirping at each other.
I don't know if Sean's ready for that. I think that movement and stuff.
I think it would be. The matchup is fascinating.
Rob Font and Cruz, they're gonna be really close in the rankings.
No, sir. I already. Rob Font and O'Malley would be perfect at some point.
At some point, I agree. Yeah,
not yet. At some point.
Not yet.
If I could have my perfect path for O'Malley, it would be Song Yadong, then Dom Cruz, and then Rob Font. Here's the thing with the O'Malley Cruz fight: either Cruz dominates or O'Malley dominates. O'Malley either knocks him out or Cruz cruises to a decision win.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we had Kai Car France and Cody No Love Garbrandt. Called it.
Yeah, we called it. Like I said, I just didn't. There was too many question marks next to Cody going down to 125. Now at the weigh-ins, and even walking out, and when they touch gloves, like at the beginning,
yeah,
I was like, Kai's in trouble. Cody's huge.
I almost changed my pick, and I'm like, nope. I as soon as I saw the bout made, I'm like, Kai's gonna sleep him.
So here's the thing with Cody, though. Okay, this is like the first fight that I really wanted to dive into. One, Kai Kara France made the golden mistake right now. He said, "I'm not fighting again until I fight the winner of Moreno Figueiredo." And Dana White said, "He said that, huh?" And they said, "Yeah." And he goes, "We'll see how that works out." Yeah, it's not the move, bro. When are UFC fighters going to learn that's not the move?
Ooh, him and Pantoja.
No. Oscar.
Ooh, Oscar that'd be a good one too.
That's the fight. That's the number one contender eliminator fight.
Yeah, that win over Garbrandt doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't do anything.
Well,
it's
the fact that Garbrandt
was
was scheduled to fight for the title first, then went up and fought Rog. Yeah, Kai is a dog. I love Kai, but I think he needs one more win in the division, and Ascar's that guy. Like if those two fight, the winner of that fight gets a number one contender fight, hands down.
The best was Brandon Moreno's Twitter thing.
Yeah.
No, Kai, my dinero, my money, Kai. No,
he bet on Cody.
He bet on Cody.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
So, well, he bet on Cody because that's who he wanted to fight. It's the easier win for him, I think. So Cody, I argued that Cody, people saying that he has a glass chin is stupid. And I said that after the Rob Font fight because he took a lot of hard shots from Rob Font and he was gassed and he never like he stayed in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that puts to rest all the. Here's the reality. When you blitz the way that he blitzes in offensively, you're moving forward and you moving into punches. I actually don't think he has a glass chin. I really don't. I think he has a style that now that he's fighting elite guys and that there's enough film and stuff that people knows what he like to do.
They just catch him.
They can catch him.
And they do. And that's usually what happens.
And when you're rushing in, for anybody that trains or spars or whatever, if you blitz in especially the way Cody does, people are just waiting for those openings that just slip one, because it actually doesn't take that much to throw off your equilibrium, especially if you're not tensed up and ready for or not expecting to get hit.
Yeah.
He has a stylistic flaw. And here's the other thing. Cody still has insane power. He still has insane hand speed. And I would even argue he has good fight IQ. He was rocked and got Kai Kara and he waved him in, knowing that Kai would load up on a shot and then ducked and double legged him. Right? Yeah. And he did all that being rocked. I'm like, that's it. That's a high level fighter. Like, he's still got something there. There is some sort of disconnect though, that his power and speed got him through the field. Yeah. But once he got up to the elite level, the Dominic Cruz fight was almost the best and worst thing that ever happened to him. Yeah. Because everybody wants that. Oh, what if it's that guy again? Dominic Cruz and his style and his footwork and the way he changes and does stuff was actually the perfect matchup for Cody's style. Yeah. Yeah. And the way that Dom moves allowed Cody to blitz in. Yeah. Because Dom doesn't really just sit on punches and counter. He's always moving. Yeah. And so Cody was able to, Cody's style fits Dom's dance perfectly. Yeah. But against anybody else at that elite level, he's going to struggle with. Yeah, I think so too. Where does he go, man? Do you think he'll go to bare knuckle? He'd be great at it. That's kind of what I said Bellator. Somebody messaged on our group and I was like, I started thinking about it more and I'm like, actually bare knuckle might suit him a little more and he would get paid. He would get paid. If I'm Cody Garbrandt. Yeah. What do you do? I'm staying at 125. He said he felt good there. Whatever. I'm staying at 125. And I'm sitting here going, that was a fluke. That's not going to happen to me every time. A lot of those 125ers can't crack. Like Kai Kara France can't crack for a 125er, right? I'm Cody and I'm sitting here going, I need to rework some things. I'm going to go to the drawing board for a year. What is he? What is he? 29? He's still young. Yeah, I don't even think he's 30. Yeah, he's 30. Okay, he just turned 30. Just turned 30 over the summer. So, dude, take 6 months, rebuild yourself, and try and get a win over. Is he still going to get there? I mean, because he's got to drop out of the top 10, I would think. Well, he's not even in the top, is he? Oh, was in the top 10 of 135, but I guess if he stays. So go to Ben. Go to flyweight. Who do you put him in there against? Cape? Tagir Ulambekov? Yeah, who Cape just knocked out. I don't know if they'll give it. They probably would have to give him somebody up in here, don't you think? Like why? Matt Schnell. Matt Schnell would be a good matchup for him. Matt Schnell's just a wizard on the ground. Man, I don't know. I mean, he's lost 4 out of his last 5, right? KO'd 3. Yeah. And then beaten pretty handily the 4th one. Out of the 4th loss. Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say his chin isn't as strong as others. I mean, I guess that's fair, but I think it's more of a stylistic thing that he leaves himself open. And if he fought a little bit more defensive with his hands high and like got to his boxing roots a little bit more and not like those blitz attacks.
Yeah.
I get that that's where his athleticism comes in, but I don't know. I feel like he just, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Might be done. I mean, if you said, hey, $100 says that he never gets to the top again, or I'll give you $5,000 if he gets to the top of the game. I'm taking the $100 that he never gets.
Yeah, I don't think he's up there. He's not at
the
that
risk.
level
There's
anymore.
not a chance.
No,
I just don't think there's much of a chance.
Jeff Neal, Santiago Ponzinibbio. I have to admit, I missed most of that because I was watching Lomachenko. He was trying to get the ref to stop the fight.
Lomachenko was?
Yeah, because he was piecing that dude up. He's so good. Yeah. So good.
That was a weird fight for me. I don't think Jeff Neal really won that fight, but Ponzinibbio never actually had a big moment in the fight to say that he won the fight.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a boring fight, but like Jeff Neal never did anything that was, for me, that was like, I don't know. And whoever the judge that gave him 30-27, because it was a split decision.
I did see that. Hang on, I'll tell you.
What? The fact that he didn't give Ponzinibbio, I believe it was the second round where he got the takedown and was a little bit more aggressive. I mean, when a guy's corner is yelling at him to quit being nice and get going and stuff like that, or else he's going to lose the fight and then gets a 30-27, it's got to tell you, dude, his corner didn't even think he won that round.
You know what's crazy? He's not the so if you go to MMAdecisions.com, they'll show you what the judges. Derek Cleary had it 30-27. Doug Crosby 28-29 Ponzinibbio, and then Sal Diamano 29-28 the other way. They also will show you the media. So like if you want to put your name down, you can put it in there. There's a guy from Sherdog and another guy. Two other people had it 30-27 for Neal. They're not judges, obviously, but two other people watching the fight thought it was 30-27. I did not see that. So yeah, there you go. Jeff Neal wins. Let's get to the two co-main and the main event, since that's what.
Tell me, what's next for Jeff Neal?
Jeff Neal, where does this put Jeff Neal at on? Was he top 10? He was top 10, wasn't he?
He was.
No, he was 12.
Oh, and Ponzinibbio was
14. So 12 and 14. Okay. Chimaev.
Stop.
Chimaev.
He's not fighting Chimaev, dude.
Yeah.
He's not fighting Chimaev.
What about Chiesa? Did they already fight?
Chiesa. No.
Chiesa. Yeah, give him Chiesa then.
Chiesa had a nice moment in the co-main event.
He did have a nice moment in the co-main event. I saw him jumping the fence, and I'm assuming he got in the cage because they trained together, right? He didn't.
He didn't.
He slipped and he fell.
Split his eye.
And split his eye open. And I saw some people saying, "Oh, he got in a big fight, blah blah blah." And Dana White was like, "Well, let's just say." And then he said it. He's like, he had a little bit too much to drink.
Yeah, good for
him.
Dude,
they've been training together since they were kids. 18, 19.
He started a week apart from
each other. 19 years old. They were saying. Like 14 years.
I am not going to come on here like the Glover to share by submission call and pretend like I thought Pena. I wanted to watch, but I'm banned from anything to do with live.
Oh, damn. I don't know.
What'd you do?
I did not see Pena win in that fight. I
asked you twice during the day. I'm like,
I know.
Doesn't Pena kind of have like the best chance?
I know.
Because here's the thing. I'm not going to get on here like the Glover one and pretend like I was going to call it or anything. Like,
yeah.
Not that. I'm just saying at some point, everybody at the top falls.
100%.
Unless it's Khabib.
100%.
Everybody at some point calls. And I'm like, like it was the perfect storm. More people should have had a hunch that this could happen. That's what I was getting the hunch during the day that I'm like, something could happen.
Yeah.
Because you think about it. Double champ, COVID. Every fight's kind of been easier for her.
Baby,
new mom. Like, and some people were talking about Pena at like the press conference or whatever, I think she always genuinely, like even in the face off, it was like,
Yeah.
dude, she was not scared of her.
No.
Right?
No, that she was focused.
And she had an inner belief, and there is something. I mean, I believe that Megan Anderson had the same inner belief. I think Megan Anderson really thought she was going to win that fight. I really do. But the fact of the matter is, she just did not have the skill set and got ragdolled. Pena, the beginning of the first round, her punches did not look good.
No.
Right? And I was like, oh boy. But, and this is what I was trying to explain to somebody else that was watching the fight, as it's not, Pena was not hitting Nunez that was making Nunez go, oh no, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you could see the change on her face, right?
Yep.
Of, oh no, what's going on? It wasn't that she was getting hit by Pena. It's that Pena wasn't faltering when she was getting hit.
That made the difference. And she started gassing. Nunez started gassing a little bit.
There is nothing more exhausting, and I don't know why this gasses you out so much, the science behind it. But when you are hitting somebody with shots that you feel like should slow them down or hurt them, and they keep walking like it's not, it messes with your psyche. And weirdly, it messes with your cardio.
Yeah, I that was impressive. Like it was cool to watch. Sheree got, I don't know if you saw my Instagram story, but she recorded all of it. I had Joel and Jake and Joel's girlfriend, Lauren, were over watching the fights with us. And we all were just like, wow, did this just really happen? Like, at the end of the round when she had, when Nunez had her down and then she grabbed that arm and had that arm locked, I'm like, oh, like she's.
And here was the other thing too. The commentary is like, yeah, whatever. And even Joe was like, no, she has that locked up.
No,
like Nunez had to mind her P's and Q's, if you will, or whatever, and be like, because if she relaxed there, her arm was going to get ripped off.
Yeah.
And there was even a moment, and you sent me the screenshot of it, where Nunez smiled.
Yeah.
She took her life.
Yeah.
And
I think so too.
Dana even hinted at that. And you said, when you start getting hit hard and stuff, cardio, Juliana trained her butt off for that fight.
Yeah.
How hard did Amanda train for that? And he just left it at that. You know what? And you know what? And people are saying that Amanda is going to be a minus 400 favorite in the rematch. Cool. Give me those odds again, because I'll cash on Pena again.
Yeah, she's a dog. She is a dog.
She's not afraid.
How do you think Dana in the back of his mind was like, damn, I wanted to see Kayla Harrison Nunez face off after that? Do you think it was going to happen? Because they kind of people have been kind of hinting to it.
You know what? I'll be honest. I think it's good for the division.
I do too.
I think it's good for the sport. I think it's good for women's MMA.
Yeah, that's good. So they're going to run it back, obviously.
If Amanda wants to.
She said she did. She posted on Instagram, said, I undoubtedly. She said she did say she has to take some time. So that makes me think a little bit, caution a little bit. It's like, I just need to take some time to get some things together. It's like, do you really? Or do you just not? I don't know if she's 100% in.
It's not like she got cracked and knocked out. Bro, here's the other thing.
But is she 100% in, though?
And we haven't said it yet.
Yeah.
We haven't said it yet. She quit.
She quit 100%.
And here's the thing. At the end of the day, you have to live with, I quit. And you can tell yourself, and you can say all the right things, and you can get on the mic and say, that won't happen again. That wasn't me. I wasn't there that night or whatever. And she can believe all that. But the fact of the matter is, at weigh-ins, when she looks at Pena's eyes, she is looking to the eyes of an opponent and a woman who has made her quit before. And I don't care who you are, that flicker of doubt is going to enter her mind.
Yeah.
In the 24 to 48 hours leading up to that fight. I get it unequivocally, it will happen. And Juliana Pena, in the meantime, you know what happened in her mind? I made her quit once, I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
And guess what? And so when she gets hit again by that, she can draw back on, I'm okay. I've eaten her power before. Yeah. I can take this. I need to keep pushing because she'll quit. And what's going to happen in Nunez's mind when she doesn't go away again? Crap, she's not going away again. She's not going away again. And then self-doubt. Dude, if I was Nunez, I would go back up to 145 right now.
Yeah. Mason brought up a good point, and I agree. I 100% agree. I honestly never had Amanda. I didn't have Amanda over Valentina in my opinion.
Me and you have both been on the same page with that.
I just think she's the more complete fighter. I think she's just
Where's Matt Euler at?
I think she's
Matt Euler at?
Just as dominant. And now after that, you can't put her in that conversation. You just can't. Name me one other GOAT that has quit in a fight.
Because, like, I'll even say this: Ronda Rousey, you had to put her out.
You damn sure did have to put her out. Yeah,
right? She didn't quit.
Yeah.
Cyborg, even against Nunez, she had to go face down up. Before that fight was stopped, she was biting down on her mouthpiece and trying.
That choke wasn't even in.
It was so not in that Juliana didn't even realize the fight was over.
Yeah, the commission had to tell her you won.
She thought it was like the end of the round.
What? I won? Like that to me, that just
she quit. She quit.
Valentina. I'd like to hear an argument against that. Like if anybody has one, like
Oh, and by the way, too, you know what else I think now too? Kayla Harrison would have beat Nunez.
After that, with the way Kayla Harris's confidence is, and
not shun away from the
not
power,
shun away. Like,
I'm pretty convinced.
Yeah. It was cool to see Penny. It was really cool. I just love to see that underdog story.
Yeah, it was cool. We went from one annoying 135 champ to another for me, but hey, whatever.
Yeah,
I think new's fun, and guess what? There's a lot of Nunez was this indestructible force where Pena, I think you'll see a lot of people get hungry again.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I could beat Juliana Pena.
Yeah.
Right? Where there was a lot of people that are like, I want a title fight and like maybe I could win, that'd be cool. Like now it's like, ooh, I could beat Pena. There's people that believe, I think you're gonna get a new slew of like, I think we might see Valentina go up to 135 again. Right? And you see them run it back again. If you're Jermaine Durandamy has a win over
like
Pena. Like
she got taken off the
rankings
for some reason. Personal said,
yeah. So, anyways, great fight,
great
for
win.
Pena, and I think it's good. And I think Amanda would probably be really good to step back and evaluate if she really wants to make a run to get her belt back.
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to be 100%.
When she took off her gloves, I thought she was retiring.
I kind of did too. Yeah.
And you know what? I think she might have too.
Yeah. Well, main event did not disappoint. Charles DuBronx, Oliveira, and Dustin Poirier did not disappoint. I said it while we were watching the broadcast live on Saturday. I was talking to Joel. If Oliveira speaks English, he's basically Dustin Poirier. Grew up in a rough grew up rough, basically, right? Probably rougher. You could probably say rougher. He's humble. Still lives in the favelas, right? In Brazil. He's kind of Dustin Poirier. He's the Brazilian Dustin Poirier. What was your take on the fight?
Well, okay. I was very angry after.
I know you were.
I was very angry. And I believe that the glove grab potentially could have changed the outcome of the fight. Might not have, might have. Can't tell me that for sure it didn't. And I can't tell you that for sure it did.
I will lean towards what Dustin said, that he didn't even know it was there, and well, if he's not throwing a fit about it, that was my thing. That my whole thing is if he's not.
But you know why he's not going to throw a fit about it?
Well, this is just the right person is
because he's a class act and he's a champion. He's not going to make excuses.
I don't think it.
But your arm's in that omoplata.
Yeah.
And you have it out, but you can't get it out.
Yeah.
Dude, he gets it out right there. He's standing over the top of Oliveira who's on his back. I mean, raining down punches or backing up to let him up, right?
Yeah.
Instead, he has that, and he has to go and pull guard on Oliveira and then give the round away, which all the people there, everybody that's critiquing him, listen to Connor, listen to Dustin. He said
it before the fight too.
He said the mistake he made in the Khabib
Yeah.
fight and what he learned was he rushed to get up and he left an opening to get his back taken, and that's what lost him the fight. He wished he would have just given the round away and started to fight the next round, and that's all he did. Here's the other thing too. He stayed composed on the ground. He did not take. It's not like he was taking a bunch of damage on the ground.
He was taking some shots.
But he wasn't
his face wasn't busted, but he was taking some shots.
Oliveira was grinding and he was doing a really very good job of being nasty with it.
Yeah.
And he was doing all the right things. But let's put it, he wasn't putting himself in a situation to lose around 10-8.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I didn't think that.
And he just closed his guard and it's I'm just gonna ride this out and start which I think and where I think he already knew he had one round banked because I think he did win the first round. And
I thought so too. Yeah.
He goes, cool. We'll just go into the third round 1-1. I'm good with that. And I think that was the right move.
Do you think he could have been more active from the bottom, or do you think that just would have set Oliveira up for something?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was dangerous.
What would you have liked him to do? People say, what would you like him to do? Anything he does, requires him to open his guard. He opens his guard. He's giving Oliveira the edge in the one position that he already knows.
Yeah.
He's the best ever at.
Yeah. I was very impressed with the way Oliveira handles that adversity in the last two fights. He's been rocked in the first round.
Yeah.
And one thing about him is when he gets rocked, he's right back up on his feet, throwing back and stalking again. Like he's dangerous right now. Like he is fighting at a very, very high level, in my opinion. I don't see Gaethje beating him. I think it's going to be a mirror to what we just saw in the Poirier fight. Honestly, I think maybe Gaethje, he has a little bit more with the leg kicks. But I think if Chandler's not putting him out and Poirier's not putting him out with those shots, Gaethje's not going to put him out.
Gaethje hits harder than both of those guys. You can't. I don't believe that you could say that because he hits harder than both of those guys.
Gaethje couldn't put out Chandler. He didn't put out freaking Poirier with those shots.
No, I get it, but everybody what I'm saying is you ask all those guys.
I agree.
Gaethje hits the hardest,
but I don't think he puts Oliveira out.
Okay. That's fine, but I'm saying that now you're getting into the MMA math side of things. Stylistically, the leg kicks cause a problem for anybody.
Which Dustin was hitting him with those.
Khabib will tell you that's the worst he's ever been hurt in a fight was Gaethje's leg kicks. Khabib, he urgently got that fight over with because he knew he couldn't take too many more of those.
I just think you'll see the same results. I think Oliveira he gets it close. He gets him against the cage. Then there is no room for the leg kicks. Gaethje's not winning that fight. What other bet you want to do on that one?
Oh, well,
I am all on that. Gaethje's not winning that fight.
I'll ride with Gaethje.
He's not winning that one.
I don't want to bet anything crazy. Oliveira is obviously great, but Gaethje stylistically is a different style that I think causes Oliveira some problems.
I think he's a little better. I'll agree. I think he's a little better than Dustin at.
Because here's the other thing with Dustin. He is a volume guy. He's never been I'm going to come out and knock you out in the first round guy. Never, right? Gaethje is. Go look at what Gaethje did. You look at the run that Gaethje goes on. He's a finisher, and he can finish. He finishes people. He finishes people early in fights, and high level guys early in fights.
The one thing that I did notice too is he's pretty big.
Who?
Gaethje. When they were in the back, he's bigger than Poirier was.
Yes.
I think it's just gonna be the same results. I want to see Islam and
you will. Well, it's perfect, right? The timing's perfect.
Because of
Oliveira gets to enjoy his thing. We'll probably see what's now. It's December, maybe March, April.
Yeah.
Maybe May. You'll see Gaethje versus Oliveira. In the meantime, our appetites get fed by Benny Dariush Islam. It's great. What's next for Dustin?
See, I disagree, Cameron. Dude, Oliveira took hard shots from Dustin and hard shot from Chandler. And dude, that shot Chandler hit him with when he went down to his knees, he cracked him.
Yeah.
I just, and he's getting better. Like, Charles Oliveira, his stand-up was, dude, those knees to the body did not, you even call it too, in which Dustin echoed and said, there was one of those knees to the body that hurt him.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
for sure.
Elbows in the inside.
Oliveira has a unique frame for 155 because a lot of those 155s are broad-shouldered and whatever. Oliveira is kind of slender and skinny, like Muay Thai style, and those knees and elbows and things like that hit, and he throws everything so straight.
Yeah,
that's the other thing is Oliveira. The one thing that you can't echo enough is how technically sound he is everywhere. I mean, the hook that he knocks Chandler down with is beautiful. Hand tight to the face right as he throws that left.
Oh, that was beautiful.
You know, and his technique is just perfect. So can I tell you? And sorry, but you reason again. You know the reason why I believe in Gaethje too.
Why?
Trevor Whitman's in his corner.
I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but I think Oliveira right now is just he's a step.
Oh, and the other thing that I will say is nobody's defended the 155 title longer than 3 title defenses.
Yeah.
And Khabib obviously I think would have. I don't see Oliveira as the guy that has this giant long run. I don't see anybody besides Islam that could potentially beat that. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's so top heavy and they're all so great 1 through 4, like champion through the next 4 guys. I think any of them can beat any of them on any given day. Besides, I think Islam's now the best 155er on the planet. But I mean, I don't want to take away from Oliveira. He's the champ. He's done it twice. He's walked through the fire.
Is there something to be said for a guy that went, what was the stats? 10-8, 10-7,
10-8
from 2010 to 2017, and now he's 10-0. Is there something to be said for a guy that has been through all of that, has been through the losses, has been through the close fights, and now it's like
it's the same. Dude, it's the same thing that Blachowicz went through,
and he's riding it.
Yeah, but unfortunately in MMA, all good things come to an end.
100%. Oh, I agree.
If it's not Gaethje, it'll be Islam, and if it's not Islam, it'll be another guy. Like
it is.
It's just that's murderer's row.
Yep,
the 155 division is just murderer's row.
I mean,
and if it's not those guys, it'll be Cole Faust in a few years,
or Fiziev, who's coming up.
Yeah,
there's going to be somebody up there.
There's going to be a Mitch Ramirez coming through. There's going to be a Cole Faust coming through. Like that 155 division, there's murderers all across the world at that division.
I'd like to see how Charles Oliveira, if he can still keep that hunger. You know what I mean? Now he's at the top, right? He got there. He wins the belt from Chandler. I think he defends it. Dude, is he the guy that's is he going to let off the gas? Or do you think he's going to have that same?
Can I, people like me, by the way.
Oh yeah. It's scary.
People like me too are the best thing for Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Who people out there who I before just said, I believe that Dustin Poirier is the best 155er on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, can't say that anymore. He just beat him. And then what did I just say? Well, I think Islam is the best 155er on the planet now.
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm talking about the best 155er on the planet for the last 6 months, I'm completely ignoring the champ. And you know what that creates for him? Hopefully it creates for him keeps that chip on his shoulder, keeps him hungry, keeps him on that. I'm going to prove the doubters wrong. Yeah. Because this is the reality of the Oliveira has now too. Remember we talked about Khabib.
Yeah.
Can't deny his greatness for what he did to Conor, what he did to Gaethje, what he did to Poirier, right? Mm-hmm. That is 3 finishes against 3. Okay. If he finishes Chandler to win the belt, finishes Poirier to defend the belt, finishes Gaethje to win the belt, and then beats or finishes Islam, he has now inserted himself into one of the top 150. Like he inserts himself right below Khabib.
I mean,
and if he does it long enough, he'll pass him because of longevity.
I think if he beats Gaethje after going through Chandler and finishes Chandler Poirier and Gaethje without even going through Islam yet, I think he's up there.
Yeah, he's top 3 to 5 automatically.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if he does that and then beats Islam, so he's won it and then defended it 3 times and has a win over Khabib's protege.
Does Khabib come back?
Does Khabib come back?
Ooh.
I don't think so. But if anything's going to get Khabib back, that's going to be it.
Oh man. So I love it.
Oh, and for everybody that says that Oliveira beats Khabib or mauls Khabib or whatever, I saw that. Stop it. Stop it now. You're silly. Khabib's the GOAT. Stop it.
Watch Dustin Poirier when his corner said you got to get him off. He was like, you can get him off of me. Like, you can't get him off of him.
Like, I just forget that nonsense.
I'm with you too, Scott. I don't think he's ever.
I don't think he is either, but I'm just saying. Hey, thanks for watching, Scott. Appreciate it.
It's fun to talk about.
But you know what I mean? I mean, Oliveira he is on the path to put himself, if he cleans out the 155 division as currently constructed.
Yeah.
He defends it against all those guys and has a longer title reign and has the longest title reign ever in UFC history and defends it 5, 6, 7 times.
It's GOAT status, isn't he?
GOAT status.
He's GOAT status.
And he is on his and I mean
he's fighting like that right now, in my opinion.
And here's the thing. He has stylistic matchup problems for everybody.
Dude, he's good everywhere. He's good on the ground. He's good on his feet. You know what's crazy is how in that second round, he's like a different fighter from what he was in the first round. In both the last 2 fights. Not saying he's bad because he's still that, but it's like maybe he's processing that, and they talked about it a little bit on the broadcast. Maybe he's processing the information. I mean, I'd maybe like to see him not take as much punishment, but it hasn't hurt him yet.
I am so excited for the Oliveira Gaethje fight. I'm so excited. They can go.
That can go with 1 loss.
Yeah. I mean, this sport, and I made a post about it. This is why I love this sport, right? The indestructible champion that didn't have a chance of losing quits. And the one that was labeled has quit in him. And Poirier's the gangster and will make him quit again. He walks through the fire for the second straight title fight. And figures out a way to win and not just win, but win and convince. To me, you knock somebody out, that's great. That's dominance. When you get somebody to tap, you take a piece of their soul with you.
And the way he did it too, like even Dustin, he's like, were you surprised he took your back so easy? Like he's just like, he couldn't do anything. Like he couldn't do anything.
When some people just have that squeeze and you're like, what is going on?
Crazy. What a card. That was such a great card. Such a great card.
Thank you, Tai Tuivasa.
I'll do my shoey on Friday. We got to do a different little setup. All right.
Bam, bam.
We will see you guys Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's it.
We out.
We out.
Pow, pow, pow.